Hello. Hello, 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 hello. John Beattie here, British People's League. Dinosaur News. 5 days a week. Bringing you our thoughts of the day. Doing the best we can. I hope you're enjoying the shows. The views are good. Views are steady. From the motherland to here, the Dominion of Canada. I'm sorry to say we just don't get the views and hits we used to when good old Nick Main was alive. I guess there isn't anyone taking his place right now, playing his role. He was a great guy from Aussie land. So anyway, when I scratch my nose and I say anyway in the soul word, you know I'm stalling again. Let's get down to business and let's try and drop that soul word. March the 7th, 2014. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. I am pleased to do these videos. I feel I'm contributing to the white man's cause, and especially those of British heritage, British ancestry. And, you know, we get a trickle in from our blind list, comments here and there, so we seem to be on an okay course. It's just going to take time. I sort of wish I'd never said that time that we don't want to get negative on the shows. I don't want to be negative. If I bring a negative, it's to the end result for a positive, to build us, to build the white resistance, those of British ancestry, of British stock, British roots around the globe. But today I really want to focus, due to the gray hair, gray on both sides, on top too, and those in my same age bracket, what I'm going to say may ring true with you as well. We all think back to our schoolhood chums, our school days. You often wonder what happened to them. Well, they had the same life as everybody else. Get a spot. Some people decide not to have kids. Some do. Then you go through the raising period or whatever, your career. And then before you know it, bang, you're sitting like me with the gray hair. But I can proudly say I have sacrificed, and so many in our blind list have, for standing up for our roots, for our heritage, for our white peoples. But the opposition, the multi-cult spokespeople, the multi-cult spearheads haven't managed to smear us to death. They've tried. They haven't managed to put us to death. They've tried. But what I'm getting at also about our school chums and our memories. And I would just love it if by fluke one person out there who went to, say, my high school in Scarborough when it was still white, bright, and beautiful. We took the school bus. I was there the first year David Mary Thompson Collegiate opened at Brimley and Lawrence in Scarborough. Sea of whites, now, a multi-cult what? But here's my point again. Those who are in fair health, for our age bracket with the gray hair, the former school chums, etc. Have you ever spoken up for our cause? You could care less. You had the joy, the thrill, the privilege of going to school amongst fellow whites, nothing but whites. You graduated amongst whites. You went on, and I'll even say when I attended the University of Toronto, a sea of whites. Have any of you people, I just hope one of you out there listening, attended school with me, knew of me at school or whatever, and I'll even throw in the Royal Canadian Air Force days when I was a very young man. ICAF. Any of you fellows, any one of you thought about what you're leaving to the next generation? Or is it, I'm in the curling club now, it's 3 p.m., I'm having my afternoon drink with my chums at the curling club. What do I care about the elderly whites who are getting an elbow in the face at the at the transit systems in the cities, the multicolored hellholes. Why should I care? I'm tucked in my private curling club. Why should I care? I'm hiding out in the Legion. Why should I care? We got it. We had the good times. And now I'm old and gray, so who gives a damn? Well, this boy gives a damn, and you should give a damn out there. And as I say, it would be a fluke, a bloody miracle with the millions of people on the planet Earth, but maybe if one former school chum, or University of Toronto days, or Royal Canadian Air Force days, actually knew me, was a pal, or whatever back then. If you don't like this blast and you caught on to the show here and you were in my presence at one time, vice versa, I dare you to email me. Come on. BritishCanada@gmail.com. BritishCanada@gmail.com. But I'm serious. It's disgusting. It's my generation that are totally and completely to blame for the mess we're in. Not Jews. Not the multiculture as such. We, our people, individual responsibility. You just don't think because you had the good times that you don't have the responsibility to leave these good pastures to other peoples? Absolutely pathetic. I hope I'm making up for the 100,000 out there who don't give a damn, or for the many more. And my friends on the blind list, my good friends, active correspondents and advisors, I hope, and I'll bet you're thinking the same thing, that when you went to school it was white, bright, and beautiful. When you went for a walk with your grandparents, your parents, whatever, to the local butcher shop, etc., long before the plazas, white, bright, and beautiful. We're the last generation that enjoyed the good old days. And it's our fault that it didn't remain. I won't say mine. I've spent a lot of years, and I know that many blinders listening in have sacrificed family connections as well. But they're the cowards, not we, who have spoken up over the years. They out there, the cowards, the ones we went to school with, the administrators, the school secretaries, the school bus drivers, everyone back then. Where are you now? I realize people have passed on, of course, and people, with gray hair and as fortunate as I am to be able to speak to you today. I'm not talking about people who have handicaps, obviously not. But you do get the message. It's absolutely disgusting, isn't the word. The worst part is they don't even think about it. They'll sit in the curling clubs and bitch about it, but do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. I can tell you, my deceased wife was the go-between with some very high up, powerful people, very high up the ladder of our stock and our British roots, said to others at a very secretive, confidential meeting, and my wife was there. She was the go-between between the establishment types and myself when things did happen. Yes, check it out on the book review at the bottom of the BritishPeoplesLeague.com homepage. So she said in a one meeting where the high-up said, anyone I recommend can mail John money in an envelope at any time. Do you think they did? Maybe once or twice. We did get some, pretty good donations. Actually, one Australian came over in person to donate $2,000 in the early 2000s. It was around 2002 or 3. And then in 2007, to this day, a great anonymous donation of $6,000, which all went towards getting this house here. Because this is the dream come true. To have a secure location where I could do these videos without interruption. So we have it. And that $6,000 donation, and it was anonymous. I've got a clue. There's one elderly Welsh sea captain pal, David Astle. Many out there in the audience will know the name. He wrote the book, The Babylonian Woe. I proofread it for him. I was there the whole time he wrote the book. Borrowed a lot, though. Come on, let's face it, he borrowed a lot. I'm not trying to be negative, but he borrowed a lot from the University of Toronto books and references, but he did it. He had talked about leaving me a sum, and I knew if he did, it would be an honest. Anyway, enough of that. A few people have kept this boy going, okay? And now a few new people have joined the circles, and you're keeping things going for us here. I think I'm doing my part, being on the front line. I don't have the physical worry here in cottage country. I do have a lot of friends. Yeah. They don't contribute financially, but they look after me. They keep an eye on me, and that's a fact. I've had plenty of evidence. Tourist season is a great cover for the third world, and there's been the odd little occasion they were going to try something, but they were discouraged by groups of men in our camp. But again, I guess that's they feel they're doing their part, keeping an eye on me. That's true. So others have to do the donating bit. Okay, but oh, it's sickening. It is just going full circle here. You know, in the big cities, there's still little gray-haired widows who were raised in our period. Now they're at the streetcar stops. The third world's just pushing them aside while they get on the streetcars in the big cities. In the motherland's the same situation. When that poor girl, Emma West, cried out, why don't you all go back home? But it's our generation, those of you on the blind list who know what I'm talking about. We had the luxury, and it was luxury, the memories in Scarborough, taking a school bus, seeing whites on the bus, singing songs or nattering away or gossiping, the bowling club or whatever. All we had to worry about was school. Now, I mean, kids going to school have to worry about staying clear of this gang and that gang. Police in the schools are unheard of. I mean, so that's the scoop. So we are the last generation that knows of how good we had it. And my conscience is clear as the word. I've done my part to give back what I had, to try and pronounce it for our peoples. But as we all know, what are you going to do when your offspring marry or start dating a multi-cult, other race mixing, the whole bit? We just have to work on those who stay true to their race, even as young, for whatever reason, listening to their parents or caught on to the good old internet shows that are out there. We've got to work together. But if there's any conscience in any old schoolmates or any old Air Force buddies, if you got a conscience at all, I'll absolve you of your sins, brother and sister. Okay? Give us an email. Prove that somebody out there did know me back then. It'd be a pleasure. And then we're not going to draw you out in the streets. Other videos cover it all. And I do want to stress that if you get bored sometime, go back through the videos. They are linked. There is a theme. I try and interwove it up and down, up and down. Go back in circles. There's method in my madness. Anyway, I sure am hoping, and I'm sure you are too, the good people out there, that this March 15th worldwide white signs, white banners, white announcements of some kind come out from Australia, New Zealand, Britain, the motherland, Canada, the States. Just small tokens. And that would be kind of cute. Can't seem to mobilize any massive group within one of our remaining white nations. So little sparks around the globe from the white world will cheer us all up. Yes, I paused for a second because I'm thinking if I should mention it again, but I have to. Those who call themselves white nationalists, who admire the guy with the toothbrush mustache from the Second World War, well, you're going to go your way, obviously. When I'm talking white patriots around the globe, did you notice that keyword patriot? There are some who use the term nationalist as a meaning patriot, who are not National Socialist or Nazi. But there are a few who are. And just, you know, you go your way and we'll go our way. Because frankly, your end result will be to tell everybody what to do. Talking to the NS types. Whereas we at British Stock still have our free spirits, and we intend to keep our free spirits. But anyway, well, you never know. In the blind out there listening in, maybe you do know a school chum that you could get in touch with. Or pass a linkage on to these videos. And don't forget that, folks. You could pass the link on to these videos. Not too long. I mean, what the heck, 15 to 20 minutes. And see what we could get out of that. I'm learning. I'm getting under self-control. I avoided the word so. So, the end of our third week. We missed one show. I'm very not happy about that, but I'm proud that we survived 3 weeks. But boy, there were some cold days in this old house doing the shows. So I hope I've given you some food for thought today for the weekend. We'll be back at you Monday the 10th of March. But yes, I really mean it. I hope we give you food for thought in these shows. And the blinders out there who email me with food for thought, I appreciate. You give me lots of food for thought for the shows. So keep those emails coming. Okay. So I do thank all of you for tuning in, your suggestions, and you know we have our aims. If you ever have a question you wonder what the British People's League stand is on this, just go back through these videos. I pretty well covered the works. Now I'm going to be emphasizing the smaller stuff and start focusing on maybe little problems that we can eradicate with positivity, connectivity. Okay, and I just mentioned that, one blinder today, again, people like to see guests on these shows. That day will come. However, then we have to pay for more broadband. All of this computer, perhaps, or whatever it is, we can only get up to 20 minutes for free. Well, take that statement away. Pay about $68 for the high-speed internet up in this smaller area of Ontario for the shows, of course. But broadband, as you hear some of the big radio shows on the internet in the States, cost plenty. So to have a guest on where it's a decent interview, we have to have longer than 20 minutes. Then we have to make sure the speakerphone's okay. So I just didn't want to remumble and rehash little technical problems. I wanted to give the good news that the thoughts of building and progressing are always in our minds, okay? And we'll get there. I mean, it's just 3 weeks we've had these YouTubes on. And since February 14th, we have received a total of $237 Canadian in donations. So that, of course, has helped relieve me. Well, it's helped save things because my pension wouldn't cover everything. And that's great because that covered the internet bill and some mailings and some filing stock, stationery, you name it. So it's $237, and I thank each and every one of you that sacrificed to do that. And it makes me very confident that the donations will continue, and as they continue, we will continue to grow. Okay. Anyway, that's it. We'll talk to you on Monday, March the 10th. Enjoy your weekend. You're great.